Today, Trump was asked why he rejected Iran's counterproposal, and he said, few words, but so many times.
It was just unacceptable. You know, a lot of people said, well, does he have a plan? Yeah, of course I do. I have the best plan ever. But I have a plan, you know, and it's a very simple plan. I don't know why you don't say it like it is. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Most people saw the 20 minutes of silence. Nobody read the sentence he said right before the mic went out, because the sentence he said right before the mic went out is a complete picture of everything that followed. October 18th, 2024. Huntington Place Convention Center, downtown Detroit. 13 minutes into the rally speech. Trump is mid-sentence. He is building toward a point about tariffs. The signature economic policy. The policy he has been describing as transformative since his first campaign. The policy that the second administration has pursued with the specific zeal of a man who has been waiting 8 years to implement it without constraint. He is about to name the word. Not tariffs, the word for tariffs. The specific, personal, romantic vocabulary he has developed for a trade policy. To me, the most beautiful word in the dictionary. It's not love. It's not respect. The microphone cuts out. He does not finish the sentence. For 20 minutes, the man who has not stopped talking in public since 1980 stands on a stage in downtown Detroit and makes no sound that the audience can hear. He paces. He turns his back on the crowd. He gestures at technicians. He mouths words. The crowd chants USA, and we love Trump to fill the silence. Music plays. The silence, which is not silence from Trump's side. He is clearly speaking, walking, gesturing, and making all the physical motions of a man who has something to say and cannot say it. Runs for 19 minutes and 47 seconds before a replacement microphone arrives. He returns to the mic. He does not return to the sentence. The most beautiful word in the dictionary does not get named. The tariff setup does not get its landing. Instead, I won't pay the bill for this stupid company. A threat to the audiovisual contractor. A promise to sue. The specific grievance pivot of a man who cannot sit with an interruption without converting it into an adversary. They'll say, what a horrible guy. Trump didn't pay the bill. When they do that kind of job, don't pay the bill. If that microphone goes out again, I will sue the ass off that company. The word he was building to, the word for tariffs, the most beautiful word in the dictionary, has not been said. The incomplete sentence hangs in the Detroit Convention Center air for 20 minutes, unfilled, unresolved, the setup without the landing, the most beautiful word that never arrived. Colbert plays it twice. The Late Show Studio. October 2024. Colbert has a clip. The 13-minute mark, the unfinished sentence, the cut, the pacing, the silence, the crowd chanting into the absence of the voice. He plays it. The studio receives in the specific register of people who are watching something that is genuinely, structurally funny, not because someone has been harmed, not because mockery has been applied, but because the situation itself has produced a comedy without editorial assistance. A man who has been building to the most beautiful word in the dictionary for 13 minutes has been interrupted by a microphone failure at the specific moment of maximum setup. He plays it again, not because the studio missed it, because the second playing produces something the first playing does not. The specific comedy that arrives when the audience already knows what is coming and watches the setup run its full course again toward the same interruption. The first playing is the event. The second playing is a confirmation that the event is exactly as funny as the first playing suggested, and that the confirmation is itself part of the comedy, because the second cut arrives in exactly the same place, at exactly the same syllable, and the audience now knows it is coming, and the anticipation of the cut is funnier than the cut was the first time. 13 minutes. Colbert says between the first and second playing, he was in the air for 13 minutes, and the most beautiful word in the dictionary never landed. It's out there somewhere, circling, looking for a runway. The studio erupts. But Colbert does not stop at the Detroit clip. He pulls a second clip, the specific, documented habit of Trump's rally speeches when the subject of tariffs arises in the second term. The lovingness of the vocabulary. Beautiful word. The most beautiful. I love tariffs. The romantic register applied to a trade policy. The vocabulary of someone who has developed an emotional relationship with a mechanism of taxation that is producing undocumented economic reports from the same week as the Detroit rally. The specific consumer price consequences that the administration has been declining to describe using the word inflation. He has a word for tariffs. Colbert says, he has never told us what the word is. He has told us it is more beautiful than love, more beautiful than respect. He has been teasing this word for 3 years. And then, in downtown Detroit, in the middle of the reveal, the microphone died. Beat. I think the microphone knew something. The studio goes to the specific loudness of an audience that has received a joke that is both funny and structurally true, the joke that contains an argument inside the comedy rather than beside it. The microphone died at the moment of the tariff reveal. The tariff policy has been producing the consequences that the word inflation describes. The most beautiful word in the dictionary has been built up across 3 years of romantic economic vocabulary and has never been delivered to an audience that can evaluate it against the evidence of what the policy it names has produced in their grocery receipts and mortgage rates. And at the moment of delivery, the setup completed, the runway cleared, the 13 minutes of approach concluded, the microphone died. The interruption is the argument, not Colbert's argument. The event's argument. Colbert is playing the clip. The clip is doing the work. He plays it a third time, not because the third play will produce more laughter than the second. It will produce less. And Colbert knows it and plays it anyway because the third playing is not for the laughter. The third playing is for the record, for the moment when the studio settles into quiet that follows the second eruption and watches the clip run its full 13-minute course to the same cut at the same syllable for the third consecutive time. And in that third viewing, the comedy is burned down to something simpler and more durable than comedy. The image of a man who has been building to the most beautiful word in the dictionary for 3 years and 13 minutes, and has never, in any of those 3 years or 13 minutes, been required to say what the word produces when it operates on the people it is applied to. He loves terrorists the way you love something you don't have to pay for. Colbert says, after the third clip, he named them beautiful before anyone had paid the bill. And then when the bill came, when the grocery store receipts came, when the mortgage payments came, when the small business quarterly reports came, he invented a word for that too. He called it other people's fault. The most beautiful word in the dictionary is still out there, still undelivered. The microphone that died on October 18th, 2024, at the specific syllable that preceded the reveal, is in the documented archive of the rally alongside the chanting crowd, and the pacing, and the 20 minutes of silence and the contractor lawsuit threat, and Colbert's 3 consecutive playings of the clip, and the specific sentence about the runway the word is still circling. The word was going to be tariffs. Everyone in the Detroit Convention Center, and everyone watching the Newsmax 2 stream, and everyone who has seen the clip in the 14 months since the mic went out has known that the word was going to be tariffs. The setup was not a mystery. The most beautiful word in Trump's personal dictionary has been documented across 3 years of rally speeches and truth, social posts, and cabinet meetings and press briefings. The mystery was not the word. The mystery was whether the word would survive contact with its own consequences, whether tariffs, said aloud in the register of the most beautiful word, would remain beautiful in the rooms where its beauty is measured not by the man who loves it, but by the people who pay for it. The microphone interrupted the test. Colbert played the interruption 3 times. The bill is still outstanding. After everything you just saw, ask yourself one thing. What else has been hiding behind the noise? Subscribe and turn on notifications, because this story isn't over. It's just getting started.